Good afternoon. So happy to see you here. I know sometimes it's dragging, boring, but I want to make it more interactive. How about that? Okay, let me ask you one question. Does anyone here has more than one passport? Yes, one, more than one. Okay. How many passports do you think I have? Anyone can guess? Three, yes. Three. Well, have you heard anything about citizenship by investment? You know, they say it's a new Birkin bag. It's in style right now. People diversify. They build their passport portfolios. I was born in a country that doesn't exist anymore, and that is Soviet Union. It's a country called Moldova. Now it's a separate, independent country. But during the Soviet Union times, we were locked. We could not travel anyways. It was very difficult to get out. When Soviet Union broke, then separate countries, we had some possibilities to go abroad, but we had to stay in lines to get our visas. We had to reserve the line from the night before, stay in line to get our visa, and every time we had to explain why. Why are we going abroad? Well, I was the lucky one. I came here as a student. I've met a guy who was American citizen, and I got my American passport. And that's when the world opened up for me. I traveled the world, and I have no plans to stop. I lived in Central Asia, in Tajikistan, Turkmenistan. Then the last 10 years, I lived in Austria, and now I got back to the US. Some people asked me today if I'm an athlete. I'm not, but my son is. He's only 13 years old. He's a soccer player. He used to be a football player in Austria, playing for Austrian League. And now he is MLX next player. I'm very proud. I'm learning a lot from the guy. He has 3 passports, and as you can imagine, that's a great legacy that I was able to give him. But that's not only about me, it's about you, and about the company that I represent that is called Arton Capital. Okay. I actually had a small video, but anyways. So what we do, we help high net worth individuals, ultra high net worth individuals to get the plan B. We support only investment programs, like there are countries in the world that are attracting capital to the countries. You've heard a lot probably about golden passports, golden visas. Caribbean countries are raising money, you know, to support themselves through the hurricanes and build some wealth and to support the countries. From a global perspective, by getting a Caribbean passport, you do support the nation. You've heard a lot probably about Europe attracting Americans to the EU, attracting capital and giving them some possibilities, maybe to stay a little bit longer in Europe. Have you heard that we as Americans, we will need to register now from March to go to Europe? It's like an e-visa kind of registration. It doesn't guarantee the entrance. You have to pay $7 to register, then you come to the airport. Of course, you will enter, but there are different situations. You know, I want to tell you the story. When I got my American passport, I had a great possibility in Moldova to get a job in the American embassy and consult government of Moldova. I was very excited about that opportunity, and I spoke to my friend who is an officer in State Department. I said, do you think I should do it? I had to give up my Moldovan citizenship. And he said, never do it. I said, why? American passport is so strong. You know, I have an access to more than 170 countries all over the world. Why can't I do it? And he said, can you imagine you are on the plane and then somebody, like the terrorists, got the plane and they ask, who is the American citizen? We're going to kill all the American citizens. So hide your American passport and show your Moldovan passport. And that's the way you survive. Well, it doesn't sound like fun, but can you imagine? It can happen. So what Arton Capital does, we are a global advisory service. We support you through the whole way to get a second passport or residency. We are like, I don't like this word, but we are one-stop shop. There are many companies that come here, they offer you Portuguese real estate, and then you have to find a lawyer to process your golden visa, then you have to find somebody who will extend your visa, and then you have to find somebody who will help you get the passport. So we do it all. And we support you all the way until you get the passport. And not only, you know, things change in your families. You have newborns, somebody gets married. We are there for you to support. We support you get the real estate. We also have a very cool app that I'm talking about every time I speak, and it's called Passport Index. It's free. You can download it. And every time you travel somewhere, you can check if you need visa to this or that country. It's called Passport Index. I'll show you. Yeah, this one. Passport Index, that's our app. And you can also compare your passport with other passports. As I said, we are a global advisory firm, and we are also licensed agents by the government, because you have to be licensed to offer this type of services. We have 400 partners all over the world. Not everyone is so lucky like we Americans with the American passport, as you can imagine. There are countries around the world that have very weak passports. I can tell you many stories, you know, how we were pulling out people from the war zones, Lebanon, Ukraine, Syria. You've heard a lot about the Olympic winner, Yusra Madani. Actually, there is a movie about her, how she was a refugee from Syria, and she got to Germany, and then she won golden medal. So we just supported Yusra to get her UAE, that's Dubai, golden visa. And there are many stories like that. Sorry. We also have a non-profit side. We organize Global Citizenship Forum, where we have all our clients, partners coming. And we are raising money, maybe for those kids who are, maybe for that kid who's sitting somewhere in Africa, he got a T-shirt from a Red Cross worker saying that there is Manhattan and there is New York, and the kid is dreaming to get here and to see it. We also have the magazine. It's called Global Citizen Magazine, and I have some of them I will be happy to grant you. Why people do the second passport, and why Americans actually need the second passport. You know, we are taxpayers, and we are, it doesn't matter where we live, actually. We pay our taxes. It doesn't matter where we live. But certainly there are ways to maybe move your companies to the other countries. Maybe go global, maybe open the branches of your companies all over the world. You want to be able to open bank accounts in Europe? It's challenging being an American. I lived in Austria for 10 years. It was challenging for me to open a bank account. Some Americans choose to send their kids to get the education in Europe. The prices are better, certainly. They want to spend more time. But we, as Americans, we can spend in Europe only 90 days within 180 days. So we cannot just come to Europe and say, okay, now I live here. Not possible. That's where the golden visas come to. And I would say some countries' golden visas are free. And I will tell you why. Of course, you park your money, you invest a certain amount, you buy real estate, for example, in Portugal or Greece or Malta. You invest for 5 years, you get the golden visa. in 5 years, you might get a passport, like in Portugal. You don't have to live there. You just come and visit for 7 days per year, or you combine and come for 2 weeks in 2 years. And then you sell your apartment, which is much more expensive because the prices are going up, and you keep the second passport. It's called Exodus migration, right? And now I've met some people here who I'm partnering already, mostly family offices, wealth advisors, banks, even immigration lawyers. There is a program here called EB5, when people from all over the world can come here, invest 800,000 and get the green card on a long-run citizenship. And even those American immigration lawyers now are opening departments in their companies servicing outbound Americans, because it's becoming more and more popular. So what programs are popular? Certainly Portugal. And if you were to talk to me like 1 year ago, Portugal was only 250,000. Now it's 500,000 minimum investment. So the prices do go up. Why? Because the programs are becoming more and more popular. Malta is very popular among Americans, also because of the taxes, because of the diversification. Italy. You know, there is a free way to get Italian passport. Who knows how? What's that? Buy and have a house. Well, you still have to invest. It's not free. Any other suggestions? Marry an Italian, exactly. That's also the way cheaper than investment. Great. Yeah, and you know, many people immigrated to the US from Italy, and some of you maybe have ancestors in Italy. So you can apply for a citizenship by descent and get your passport for free. It's going to take some time. You know, sometimes it takes like 5 or 6 years, waiting time is long. You want to go through shortcut, you get the golden visa. You invest, you buy a house, then you sell it, you keep your passport. Turkey, well, very exotic country, but I would say that this citizenship is also free because, first of all, the real estate prices are going up. You diversify, you park your money, you buy an apartment somewhere on the beach. You can keep it, you can sell it, but you have a passport. You get your Turkish passport in half of a year. Here we go. Egypt, very exotic. You know, I would say it's not plan B, plan C, maybe plan E. But also an opportunity. So you buy an apartment, prices are going up, you sell it in 5 years, you make money, you have an Egyptian passport. And you'll be surprised how many passports some people have. I have a client who has 9 passports. Can you imagine? Yeah, it's a bit extreme, I would say, but it's good to have. Arab Emirates, Dubai is flourishing, attracting all the money from all over the world, giving great opportunities to move companies from the US to Dubai, and many people do that. Only 9% tax, corporate tax. And certainly everybody knows Antigua and Barbuda. That's a holiday destination for us, right? So you go there, you invest for 5 years, you get the passport. You don't even have to go there. Actually, in Antigua, you have to go for 5 days within the first 5 years. Some Caribbean countries, you don't have to go. You just invest, you get the passport, 0% tax, by the way. Dominica, also a Caribbean island, beautiful island. Grenada, actually in Grenada, we do citizenship by investment, but now we do something new. Together with the Grenadian government, we do citizenship by nomination for the qualified, maybe well-known athletes. Talk to me about that, I can help. St. Kitts and Nevis, I spoke to some guys here. They say it's very well known. Yes, it's one of the oldest programs. St. Lucia. So is it trend or urgency? What do you think? Is it more trend to get the second passport? It's urgency. And why do you think it's urgency? That's right. Thank you very much for sharing. I wanted to tell you that after COVID, our business flourished here in the US because US citizens felt locked. And if you did not have the European visa, European residency, you could not enter Europe. Of course, at a certain point, also the planes were not flying, but anyways, there were times when we felt locked in. And you don't want to be locked in. You want to diversify. Thank you so much. So the world is waiting for you to realize your full potential. Are you ready? One great question I've heard today. What luxury means for you? Freedom. For some, it means waking up safe the next day. For some, it means to make sure that the family are safe. But ultimate luxury, ladies and gentlemen, is a freedom of choice. And I will leave you with this message. And really, I am open for any questions that you might have about these possibilities. You can ask now or later. Yes, please.
2 questions.
Yes.
I think number one, well, plan B is one of the reasons, but you didn't mention most of the people choose this for tax reasons, and you also didn't mention Barbados.
Exactly. I will tell you why. Barbados doesn't have a governmental program through investment. We work only with the government programs, citizenship by investment. So if anybody tells, for example, the country has a citizenship by investment program, why don't you invest? Don't believe. Go to the governmental website, check it out. If there is a program, if the agent is registered, if the real estate you are investing in is licensed to participate. Because sometimes you can go to Antigua and Barbuda and you say, okay, oh, I love this villa, I want to get this villa. You buy the villa and then you contact us and say, hey, I want to get the citizenship by investment. But it's not possible. Thank you so much. So I'm here. Yes, please.
What about Belize?
Belize, it doesn't have a program. Yes.
What kind of investment criteria you have for people who are coming to America and investing in America? What do you tell them to invest in? Do you have a criteria you give them?
Yes, the investment program in the US is called EB-5. And there is a law that the investor has to bring $800,000 to the United States, invest only in the licensed properties. And usually I work through partners here in the US, regional centers, developers. Yes, you have to invest only in the licensed property that coincides with this law. There is also a way for those who want to come to the US and stay in the US and not become tax and not pay US taxes. It's called E2, Investor's Visa, and some investors do that. They get the Grenada passport and then they open a company here and get E2 Investor's Visa. So can you imagine like a businessman from India or from China, he doesn't want to pay US taxes from his worldwide income, but he wants his kids to study here, he wants his wife to be here, he wants to get a discount for education. So he goes through EB-5 for his family. His family moves here and stays here, but he gets the Grenadian passport and opens a small maybe company here. And he doesn't have to stay here to support this E2 visa. Because EB-5, they have to be here at least 183 days to be able to extend the green card and to be able to get the passport on the long run. Yes? Thank you so much. I'm here to answer any of your questions. Thank you so much.